Hey, what's up, world? You tuned in to the greatest YouTuber ever. If you like what I'm saying, you rocking with it, go to my Patreon, go to my Cash App. In the meantime, get your popcorn, enjoy the show. Mark my words, sooner rather than later, every Homo sapien at birth canal departure will immediately receive a mental health evaluation by a psychologist. This newly born infant is crying. Seems to be a case of emotional baby disorder. My observation of reality has led to the conclusion that virtually all mainstream contemporary institutions of psychology want to clinically diagnose distress as a disease. Yes, any uncomfortable emotion is a disease now. Because of this, modern language is changing. For instance, we no longer communicate the message that so-and-so is sad. He or she has depression. So you tell me, you ordered a vanilla frappuccino at Starbucks and they gave you a chocolate one instead. Now you're pissed off. Well, rest in peace to the word anger. It's been replaced with intermediate explosive disorder, IED. This ain't no fucking hyperbole. This was happening. I'm fully aware it's eye-opening to the ignorant. Nevertheless, it's becoming normality. The hotbed for this campaign is the public school system. If a child is unable to be quiet, sit down, remain still 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, the child is given a diagnosis of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, which is absolute nonsense. Send a farewell letter to my folks. Tell them this is a hill I'm dying on. Proponents of the mental health industrial complex, fucking it's over. There is no epidemic of mental illness in America. However, in America, we have a problem with an economy that works for some, not for all. Overall, the system has failed to deliver. The widespread misery is a direct result. So instead of this correcting societal negligence, we place blame on the individual's mind. When the prison puts an inmate in solitary confinement for 30 months straight, and that person goes batshit crazy, smearing shit piss on the walls, I blame the conditions, not some fraudulent pseudoscientific flim-flam. He doesn't need no pills. He needs to be set free. That will heal the mind. Nowhere on this planet exists a device that can objectively detect the presence of mental illness, so my fervent skepticism is damn well warranted. Let's get the facts straight. Clinical diagnosed mental illness doesn't come with an expiration date. Therefore, no cure can be presented. Ain't that some shit? One brief period of uneasiness can lead to you living with a permanent title. Couple that with the most frivolous claims of nervousness, sadness, anger being considerable for treatment, it's damn near impossible to live a life without a mental illness. For instance, on the Center for Disease and Control's website, the official guidelines used to identify attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or just simple banal actions like trouble organizing tasks, difficulty concentrating. You ever heard of somebody being called energetic? Instead of entertaining discussion about shortening the school day, maybe possibly incorporating more physical activity into the curriculum, we can't get that. We do get a system denying all wrongdoing, even to go so far as to declare disobedience to their rules is tantamount to insanity. If a little boy can't sit down, stay silent. He's crazy. The little boy must remain still. The authorities prescribe him a pill that takes away his strength, diminishes his will. The rebellious spirit they're trying to kill, so the oppressors can lay back and chill. Don't let this mental health industrial complex pseudo quack science get into the hands of bloodthirsty dictators. Undoubtedly, prescription psychotic drugs can have a grown adult acting like a mindless drone in the anthill. Walking zombies you can steer in one direction. If I wanted to conquer the world, first thing I would do to ensure my longevity as ruler would be to commission the construction of the world's largest laboratory solely dedicated to assembly line producing psychonarcotics that dull the mind. I'm talking about metric tons of docile inducing substances ready at standby. Then I would classify treason as a mental illness. Now let the witch hunt begin. Please don't let North Korea's Kim Jong-un listen to this. Or any aspiring fascist despot. Because straight up, he gets his hands on Xanax, Zoloft, this shit, man. Because if he was to establish a rule where all citizens must take high amounts of psychotic drugs daily, and anyone caught not taking those would be tried for treason and killed. No rebellion would happen. Everybody would be dulled out, drooling on the floor. I would say for my throne, anybody who doesn't recognize me as world leader is crazy, mentally insane, unstable, because only a sane mind would recognize my leadership, my authority. This is ridiculous. Even though as ridiculous as it seems, during American slavery, psychologists in the 19th century came up with a mental illness called drapetomania. Drapetomania was defined as an uncontrollable or insane impulsion to wander. Yet another example of oppressive system using psychology as a weapon to keep dominion over others. America has a long history of weaponizing psychology to legitimize its many human rights violations, from slavery to mass incarceration. The war on drugs is militant psychoterrorism. Historical records prove recreational drug use in human civilization dates back 9,000 years, but up until a century, authorities declare using drugs a mental illness. This is absolute bullshit, and you know it. The official doctrine goes like this: no level-headed, sensible person would ever use mind-altering substances. Smoke a little Mary Jane, they'll label you insane. The words they throw will be profane. Your life won't be sugarcane. Now that they got the justification to treat you the opposite of humane. No one, I mean no one, can escape a mental illness diagnosis. We're all sick now, hell. If these therapists time traveled and interacted with cavemen, they'll label them crazy too. A pregnant woman is going to have a baby kicking in her stomach, and the doctor is going to prescribe her pills for depressive fetal disorder, because they're going to say the fetus is upset. So they're going to prescribe the fetus pills. And the mom going to be nervous about bringing a baby into the world, so they're going to prescribe her pills. So this woman going to be taking pills for two. It goes without saying, the sick need their medicine. But in this situation, the sickness is completely fabricated, falsifiable fucking fiction. Therefore, medicine is not needed. American is apple pie. It's corporations persuading the citizenry to buy useless junk, commonly referred to as consumerism. You know how people camp outside stores for iPhones, PlayStation 5? Soon enough, people gonna camp outside pharmacies for the newest edition of Adderall. 1 in 6 American adults consume psychiatric drugs. It's fair to say the marketing campaign pushing behind big pharma psych drugs is incredibly successful. Why is that? Why is that? Xanax, Zoloft, Valium, a snake oil salesman. They guarantee the impossible with a straight face. Corporate psychologists telling narcissistic people a pill can make them humble? Is anybody dissecting these preposterous claims? Biology cannot quantify mental illness. Remember, in order for this scam to continue, you must play along. For example, Prozac is being advertised as a superhero pill that can stop sadness. How? How? The age-old proverb, "it's too good to be true," comes to mind. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, psychiatric drugs, cannot deliver on their promises. Potential customers are led on to believe that they don't have to change diet, sleeping patterns, don't have to establish social bonds. Nope. Just swallow a pill. Happiness will fall in your lap. This form of advertisement is almost identical to porno site pop-up ads. Talking like they can make your dick big, the same size as an elephant's dick. All over Pornhub, X videos, pop-up ads selling products that have your dick tripping you up when you walk. Antidepressant pills are penis enlargement pills. And so many are eating it up. I predict in the upcoming decade, knowledge about naturally calming oneself will disappear. You know how people today view Egyptian pyramids as an ancient mystery? All techniques, equipment used for that construction seemingly have been forgotten by Father Time. Well, the youth look at how their grandparents handle stress in the same way we regard ancient Egyptian architecture. Granddad, how did you and your girlfriend survive that middle school breakup without Xanax? Motherfuckers gonna be teleporting to other dimensions, but crumble in the puddle of tears if someone call them a stupid head. Imagine a world where nobody can calm themselves naturally. Well, you know who else can imagine that world? The mental health industrial complex. And that's the ultimate goal.